back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. And of course, broadcasting remote today, but we are never remote. Thank you for the modern technology. We're going to run over in Lansing, Michigan to the Board of Water and Light, the local municipality there, or the local power that supplies the local municipality, and their general manager, Dick Peffley. How you doing, Dick?
Good morning, Chris. Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, you guys are moving in so many directions. I'm really looking forward to this update on 2022 because power is taking some right-hand turns here as we move through the days. So how was 2022?
Probably the biggest year we've ever had. A lot of things came to fruition for us. Obviously, the GM Ultium battery plant construction started. Going to be our largest customer. 30% increase in our energy output to supply them. So, good news for everybody there. We did, some community resource fairs to help our customers out, kind of put us on the map there, being innovative to bring all these different agencies together to help the folks that are struggling to pay their bills. They could come in and one-stop shopping. So that was pretty cool. We put some kiosks in the local quality dairies. So, you can, when you're getting your coffee and donuts, you can pay your Board of Water and Light bill. And so, out of the coal business after 100 years. Our Erickson coal plant closed down about 6 weeks ago. 5 years ago, we burned 2 million tons of coal in the Lansing area. Not a pound anymore. We're all moving towards cleaner energy supplies here at the Board of Water and Light. The grand opening of our new Delta Energy Park plant, the largest project the board's ever undertaken. Even during COVID, it came online under budget, just a little behind schedule, but that was not problematic for us. So I can keep going.
It's interesting because I can remember, and so can you, sitting on the Lansing Center side of Grand River and looking across at what used to be your headquarters there, which was a magnificent building. But the thing that caught your attention was the huge coal pile right on the riverfront. And
that's been a long time ago. But yes, I remember those days, Chris.
Boy, getting out of the coal business that is monumental, I think, in what you do, supplying power.
I believe so. Coal was the energy of the past, and solar and wind, backed up with some gas energy, is the energy of the future, and eventually transitioning to a lot of storage technology. It's getting cheaper and more reliable, but it's still in its infancy.
Yeah. Well, you guys move so fast, this probably won't seem like a new project to you, but it is to Lansing. You actually opened a couple of new facilities and put a couple of buildings up that changed a little bit of the skyline here in Lansing.
It did. We've got 23 is going to be such a big year for us, Chris, too. We've got what's called an all source RFP out there right now, first utility in the state of Michigan to do that. So we've asked folks to chime in, give us bids, proposal. What should our energy portfolio look like? And I've heard we've had over 100 responses, and we're starting to put those together. And in the next 2 or 3 months, we'll unveil where we're headed for energy to take us well into the future. Very exciting times.
So really, when you're talking about energy, you're doing the right thing. You're going to the customer in essence and saying, what are you thinking?
Yes, exactly. And we'll pull all this together and see what works for our area. Because what works in out west may not work here. What works down south won't work here. We want what works for the Lansing vicinity. And so we'll pull all that together. We've got a very robust department that is looking to take us to carbon neutrality by 2040. Very aggressive goal, probably more aggressive than most companies, but we're going to make it.
So Dick, let's talk a little bit about solar, because you when you mentioned out west, I thought, oh yeah, the perfect place for solar, right? More sunshine, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. You guys are absolutely doing a ton in that regard. So the question is always, is it as effective here in the state of Michigan, where we don't get sunny days stacked upon each other?
No, it's not, but it's still the right thing to do for the environment. And you just, as long as the customer understands, you have to back it up. We haven't had any solar output in 7 days this week, but we are have a large solar array in Delta Township. That still might be the largest tracking array in the state. I'm not sure. And then up in Shiawassee County, we own 50% of the Ranger Power one that was just commissioned up there, which that's 80 some megawatts, which is huge for our output. So we are a major player in solar. And then we have a lot of wind up in Tuscola County. And so if you look at solar and they tell you the output of it, you get 14% of the output on an annual basis. That's just a fact of life. But you know that 14% comes much higher in June, July, and August, which is when we really want it. In January, the annual output is 1 to 3%. So we rely more on wind or our gas plants during the winter months.
Yeah, well, and it's when the power grid is stressed the most too, and some of this getting people to use their power in the low times.
Yes, no, the board's incentivizes customers to, use energy at night. We give you a discount to do that. We don't charge you more for using it during the day, but we will discount your rate if you want to, program your electric vehicle to charge at night or program your washing machine to run at night. That just helps shave the daily peaks, and that's good for everybody.
Well, you guys do a tremendous job at supplying power to mid-Michigan here. Dick Peffley, General Manager of the Lansing Board of Water and Light. Always good to spend time with you, and thanks so much for what you do.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You have a great day, sir.
You too. Look forward to it. You've been watching this Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. We'll be back with more.